Hi everybody, welcome back to Craft to Believe After. I'm Cassandra. I'm so excited that you're joining me again today for this video. And believe it or not, folks, unlike all my other videos, I don't have a single crochet toy to show you. I know, exactly, it's a shocker. And it's not that I didn't work on toys. I did. But this episode is going to be dedicated to my search for the perfect crochet coaster pattern. Now I know that sounds strange, and I cannot tell you how I got onto this coaster kick. I don't know where it came from. It's not that I've ever been a fan of making coasters. I think it must have been from the 3D granny squares that I'm crocheting. And I do enjoy it. You know, it's a very quick project. It doesn't take a lot of yarn. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's normally fairly cute once you're done with it. But I'm not sure why I started going through different coaster patterns. Now, I think on some of the channels I've watched recently, people have been making coasters. I work with a lot of cotton and making coasters and pot holders and whatnot. Cotton is the perfect yarn for it. But let me tell you how this journey started, and I'll take you through the bunch of coasters that I've made. And give me your inputs. Let me know if you've got a fantastic coaster pattern, crochet coaster pattern that you've made that's quick and easy and fun. I would love to hear. Now, most of the patterns that I did were free patterns that I found on Pinterest. So I will link in the description box below. I will put a link to, well, the free patterns, the paid patterns. I've got a few, 2 paid patterns. If more of the patterns I made were free, but I'll link everything down if you open up the description box below. I will put links to where you can find these patterns. Now, it started off with me on Etsy, where I am very often, and I found this very, very nice pattern. Now, I can't remember all of the names of the designers. I will put it on the screen somewhere, but this was the first coaster that I made. So this kicked off this journey that I have been on for the last week. This was the first one, but it is way too big. The other thing is, although I really love it, I really, really do love it. I use it on my bedside table. So I do really love this pattern. I think it's beautiful. The colors are lovely. I love these rainbow colors. The issue is working in of your ends. Now, obviously, with 7 different colors, 2, 3, 4, 7 different colors, so actually the very full rainbow, there's 2 ends on every color that you work in, so that is a bit tedious. I'm not a fan of working in your ends. This is why I like amigurumi, because for the most part, if you change colors, the ends remain inside the toy. If you attach limbs, you hide the yarn inside. You don't weave it in. This, a lot of weaving. It's also too big. So I've got a glass. I'm in my son's room, obviously. Again, he's got a glass standing right here. So as you can see, it's a little big. It's a little big. It's more a mug rug than a coaster. But I knew already after making one, this was not going to be the perfect coaster pattern, although I do love it. Then I found on the Hobbii website, they have got tons and tons of free patterns. And recently on Instagram, I saw a post of theirs where they showed off these cute summer fruit coasters. So these ones are very cute. So I've got this little green one, a yellow, this orange. So this is, I think, a lemon, and a lime, and a blood orange, and a watermelon. So I really do like them. They're a lot of fun. They're very summery. They are very quick to make. Again, my problem is weaving in of ends, especially when you come to this guy, which is 4 different colors. These ones all have 3. Well, the yellow is supposed to have 3 as well, but I didn't have a lighter yellow for the inside. But there's 3 color changes, and again it felt to me like 1,000 ends that I had to weave in. Also, I don't like the backs. Believe it or not, even this little watermelon one, I tried to hide the black yarn. Obviously I did not succeed. So you can see, so this is the front. Now you're not going to really see the back because hopefully your glass is going to stand on top of it. So the front's very, very cute. The back, it's bad enough that it would deter me from making any more. But these ones, free pattern, they are very quick. I will give them that. So I will link them. This was from the Hobbii website, the free summer fruit. Or I don't know if it's called the summer fruit, but it's a fruity coaster pattern. So after all of these weaving in of a million ends, I decided I want to look for a pattern that has got no color changes and see how that looks. So on Pinterest, I found another free pattern, which was this one. Now this pattern I really, really enjoyed making. It's beautiful in the front, it's beautiful in the back. There's no yarn sticking out, no weird color blotches, color changes. You have 2 ends to weave in. The front, the starting end, and where you finish. So these ones, and the pattern I really liked. It's a very nice size. I didn't do a size comparison for you here. I don't know if you can see for what it's worth. So the fruity ones, they are a very good size for a coaster. This one is a bit smaller than the fruities, but a perfect size. Look how nice it fits. The glass fits onto here. So I made another set of 4. So I tried to do sets of 4 to see how quickly it would take me to make a set of 4 coasters. So I have this beautiful color, then I did it in a blue, I did it in this very nice coral color that I'm currently in love with. You can't really see it on the screen, but it's a bit darker than what you see on the screen. It's a nice coral, and then this purple. So this set of 4 whipped up in no time at all. No weird stitches, double crochets, single crochets, nothing odd about reading the pattern. Whipped up very, very quick. So I can make tons and tons of these. I've got loads of different colors. All of these that I'm showing you were made with rainbow cotton 8/6, which is a sport weight or number 2 weight yarn. So there we go. These ones I really, really liked, but now they did look a little boring if you see them next to these fun fruity coasters. But anyway, I'll probably make more of them. I did enjoy making them. Then I thought I wanted to do a flower. I want to do something that's got maybe 1 color change in it. Just because I don't like weaving in ends. Can you believe this is how I'm choosing a pattern based on the amount of ends I might have to weave in? So a number of years back, and I think this was it was about the year after I started to learn to crochet, one of my best friends gave me this book for my birthday, 500 crochet blocks. So it's a nice and thick, small little book with just tons and tons of like square, granny squares, round things, all sorts of different patterns for blocks or circles. So I thought I was going to go through this to try and find a pattern in here that I could use, a flower. I knew I wanted to do a flower type pattern. So I came across, and actually I think it was this was the, so obviously it was a coaster. The photo is this nice coaster pattern. They made it in one color. But what's nice about this book, they then give you on the base pattern variations on the pattern, and I choose on the variation that little sunflower. So I didn't have a nice sunflower yellow, which I think is what killed this pattern for me. So I did make it. So it's just a normal brown with a very nice, I love the color yellow. So it's a nice yellow, but it's not a sunflower yellow. So I made only one because this didn't speak to me at all. So maybe some people would love it. I don't mind it. I just didn't love it enough to do 3 more of them. So there ended my sunflower crochet coaster journey on the one sunflower. So I knew I still wanted to do a flower pattern, and I found, now these are actually 2 patterns, strangely enough. So you get a free pattern for the flower, and then you get a pattern for the border. And I really like the image that the lady had on her blog. So this was this pattern. Now the flower works up very, very, very quickly. So after one, I just about had the pattern in my head, and I could do more of them without really having to look at the pattern too much after that. So I did the flower, I added the border, then realized that I hated it with the border. I don't know why. For a square, if you put it into a pillow or a blanket or something, it's nice. I mean, I like the look of it. I hated it for a coaster. Again, way, way, way too big. But the flower part was perfect. So having now the flower pattern sort of in my head, after I made this one, I decided I do like the flower. So I made a set of flower coasters in tones of blue. So starting with a lighter, slightly darker, bit more dark, and then a very, very dark blue. So this one, although it's only one color, it's a very nice pattern, very easy to follow. I like it. And as you can see, I did 4 as I showed, and you can do it in different colors. So these ones I just did for a change, just to change up my color schemes. These ones I did in random colors. This one I thought, I've got so many tones of the same color, so having them in this blue, 4 different blues, I love it. This one is another one that I will probably make a few more sets of for gifts. It is a free pattern. It looks lovely. It's the perfect size for a coaster. But my journey is not done. Out of all of these that I've now made, I still felt like I didn't find the perfect coaster. Although I enjoyed making them, and I've got these 2 that I will definitely be making again, I wanted to give my coaster search another go. So I thought, I'm going to go back to Etsy, see if I can find something there that catches my eye, something that maybe uses 2 colors. I'm not doing more than 2 colors. A cute pattern, something that I haven't covered already. Then I found this beautiful heart pattern, and I loved it. Go click on the link below and have a look at her photos, because her photos actually, not specifically the photos, I think the colors that she used for her coaster, she had a blue and then sort of a gray around it, which looked lovely. But I don't have any gray, Not a single grey yarn in Rainbow Cotton 86. I've only got colours, or like full bright rainbow colours. I've got some white and I've got some black, which I mainly use for accents on things, but not a single grey. I couldn't believe it, actually. So I did this pattern. I bought the pattern, I will link it below, and I made this heart. Now this one I did really like. It's a perfect size for a glass or a mug. I loved it. The problem was that my stitches didn't work out. Believe it or not, and I'm not a new crocheter. I've been crocheting for many, many years. And I can read very, very difficult amigurumi patterns. This pattern, and if you know crochet, you can see it's not rocket science. It's double crochets and increases and a few different shapings at the top. For all four, now let me quickly show you. I made 4 of them. So I started with this orange, light and dark orange, light and dark pink. And she's got this very nice, the very last row is a twisted single crochet. I didn't have a clue what she was talking about. But she's got, this pattern has got amazing photos. Amazing, amazing photos. But even with the photos, none of my rows didn't work out. So I could get the rows perfectly up until where you do this final, just before you do the twisted single crochet border, the row just before that. No matter what I did, my stitch count didn't work out 4 times in a row. So for all 4, orange, pink, green, sorry, it's a bit skew. I didn't block these ones yet, the others I did block. Green and blue. None of these, my stitch count worked out correctly. None of them. And I was surprised. She has 2 ways that she writes out the pattern. The one is like a short version, just giving you 2SC, 2DC, you know, the like a shorthand version of crochet pattern. Then she also has a properly written out step by step for the pattern, which is actually nice. So if you're a very beginner crocheter, you'll be able to follow what she says, because she has it written out like full sentences in different sections with tons of photos. With all of that, friends, I couldn't get my second to last row, the stitches, to add up. I don't know what I did. I read the short version, I read the long version. I don't know if I don't understand linking with the slip stitch and then chaining. I don't know, somewhere I got my stitches crossed, but luckily it's hidden by that very cute twisted single crochet stitch, so you won't notice it. They all work up the same size, so you'll never know that my stitches didn't work out. But I was frustrated by that. I couldn't understand why. But believe it or not, with that, with my stitches not working out ever in the second to last row, I'm still going to make more of these because I absolutely love them. They're the perfect size. They're a lot of fun. There's something different. They're not just a plain, for the most part, they're just a plain double crochets, half doubles, singles. And then they've got this interesting border that just makes the whole thing. Obviously not a ton of ends to weave in. Looks nice from the back. So this one, I think, out of all, despite the fact that my stitches do not work out, my stitch count, these ones are my favorites. I love them. I will make more of them. They work up fairly quickly. I did enjoy it, and I do really intend to make more of them. So there you have it, folks. For what it's worth, if you are looking for a crochet coaster pattern, I have got you covered. Now let me tell you, there are a million patterns out there. Literally, I didn't think people like making coasters this much, because there are, it feels like if I'm saying there's a million, that I'm not even exaggerating. Just go and search on Pinterest or Etsy or somewhere for crochet coasters. You will find a million patterns. But anyway, let me know if you guys have like a go-to coaster pattern, if you've ever made coasters, if you're planning to make coasters. I think they're a lovely gift that you can pop in with like a nice bag of coffee and a mug, or some of those cappuccino sachets, or a glass with some iced tea mix. I don't know, there's a ton of things you can do with these. Every person I know will be getting some or other set of crochet coasters. All right, folks, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me and just thinking about crochet projects. Let me know what you're working on, and I will see you back next time. Bye.